like hard black beans here. All right, we're gonna be using an onion, some garlic, some chili powder, cumin, and oregano, avocado oil, and some bay leaves, all right, and water. That's all you need to make black bean soup. Now, I'm not sure about you, but we went out to eat last week and it was like $3.50 for a cup of black beans and maybe $5 for a bowl of black beans. So we can make this all, I think it's like less than $2 to do a lot, like servings of 8, all right, for this. So anyway, let's open this bag up. Let me see if I got my scissors. I don't know where I put my scissors, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get our bag and we're gonna open this up, and we're gonna be making this in the quick cooker, which is one of the Pampered Chef's small appliances that's available for sale. All the tools that you see here are available for sale. I'm gonna put it in my batter bowl, which is this is a small one, and it comes out because it says to put in 2.5 cups, and it is about yeah, it's about 2.5 cups of black beans, and we're just gonna rinse these beans off. All right. Don't worry about if there's too much water in it. We got to put water in here anyway. So we're going to just put some black beans in some water and just rinse them off for a little bit. And if anything floats to the top, you're going to take it off, okay? Like there's a little tiny piece of, I don't know what that is, but we're going to take it out. I don't know where it went. All right, just pull it around. You're going to say any of the beans that float, you can probably throw away too, okay? So any debris that you see in here, you're going to take it out, all right? You can use it in a strainer, but then you won't be able to take the debris out. All right, so that's step one. I think I got it all. I'm going to try and pour some of it out. There we go. Without getting the beans down my drain, which I got a couple down the drain. All right, so welcome to my kitchen, everyone. My name is Alexis. I'm an independent consultant for Pampered Chef, and I teach you how to use your kitchen tools. Most of them are Pampered Chef, so that you can make what I'm making at my house at your house. I am on a weight loss journey, and I want to do black bean soup because there's hardly any points in it. The only points on this entire recipe is the oil that I'm going to be putting, sauteing my onions in. All right, so this one here is a quick cooker. It has 16 different functions on it, including sear and steam, slow cook, and proof, which you're proofing your bread in there. It just gives you a great environment to rise the bread, especially if you live in a dry or a very humid area. You really want to control the moisture that goes into your breads, okay? Then we have chicken and poultry. These are presets, beef and pork, seafood and fish, and then soups and stocks, all right? You have down here white rice, brown rice, because those are totally different. And then we have whole grains. On this side, we have beans. Now, I can probably put it in beans or soup and stock, but I'm going to do the soup and stock today. And I'm going to put it in for 1 hour because I'm using the beans from scratch, okay? And then stew and chili, and then desserts. Y'all know I love the cheesecake in here. That is the best. Also, the key lime pie is right up there too. All right. So now that we got our beans soaking, we're going to have to get our onion and cut this onion up. All right. So I'm going to use my Santuco knife. It's one of my favorite knives in the kitchen, and I'm using a coated Santuco knife. Very inexpensive, but you do need to sharpen your knives at least every 5 to 6 uses. And the little rivets or divots in here is to keep it from sticking to the blade itself. When you use a Santuco knife, you hold it and you go straight down. So this is a straight down cut rather than a rock and roll motion of the chef's knife, okay? The way you hold any knife is that you put your forefinger right on the blade right here, like on the flat part, not really the blade part here, okay? And then put your index finger on the other side, and you're holding it with a good grip, all right? If you're holding your knife back here or put your pointer finger out, these are no. When I see people like this, it's like you are not in control of the knife and you are an accident waiting to happen, okay? So no. Get that finger down there, okay? So pull around, or if you're holding it back like this, what are you afraid of? You know, put it on the knife itself and be in control of the knife. If you're going to use it, make sure you're going to use it right, okay? So we're going to slice our top off and our bottom off, and we can actually save these little pieces into our freezer parts so that they can go into stock later on. Don't get rid of anything because everything has a use in it. We're just going to slice this right down, and I'm going to get the paper right off of it. Let me get one big piece of paper off. I'm going to try and put it in a cup here. Let me get an empty cup out. I still have my coffee cups from earlier, which I'm going to have a coffee scope this afternoon just to go over. I have 2 boxes to open up, and I'm really excited to show you some new stuff that's out there and to give you a special deal, and that will only be here on HAPS and maybe my VIP group. Okay. So anyway, we're going to open this up. There we go. We have the onion. Just slice this right in half. Just do it in half again. And we're going to chop this so it gets like into smaller pieces. And the tool I'm going to be using is the Food Chopper by Pampered Chef. This is one of my oldest tools I have. It's about 30 years old, and Pampered Chef still sells the identical food chopper. Okay, it does have the chicken on it. That's how I know it's a very, very old piece of equipment. But when you buy Pampered Chef, it might be a little bit more expensive. But look, if you're going to have this for 30 years, it's well worth the investment. Okay, so this is no more tears. You're just going to get your onions. Oh, while this is on, we're going to put this on to sear. Okay, oops, wait a minute. Let's get over to sear. Oh, good. I'm going too fast now. Oh, go back. All right, going over to sear. And I'm just going to hit start, okay? Just so that this is ready. It's going to get nice and hot while we're chopping up our onions and talking about it. We're going to put in, this calls for 2 tablespoons of olive or of oil, vegetable oil, but I'm not doing vegetable oil because it's not as good of an oil for me. I'm going to be using avocado oil, all right? And it calls for 2 tablespoons. I'm doing 1 tablespoon, y'all. I don't need to have all those extra points on there because it is quite a lot of points when you do your oil. Now let's put the lid back on so in case it falls over, I'm not dipping it all over. So that oil is getting nice and hot while we're chopping up our onions, okay? All right, so we want to chop them up in a good, like a nice amount, all right? That like, we don't have to have them like really thick, but just enough that it's soup size, all right? Because we're going to actually bring an immersion blender in here later, and I'm going to puree up some of the black beans and leave some of them whole, okay? So I like to have too much onions in here, too much onion. One onion at a time. Okay, that's halfway done there. That's more like it. So we're doing 1 whole onion in here. Let me get this one done up before I start crying here. Taking my good old time cutting up some onions, y'all. All right, so the worst thing I hate is onions, smelling onions on my hands, y'all. For some reason, I don't like that, all right? I don't mind garlic on my hands, but I hate onion smell. So if you're watching this on any of the platforms that this is being shared out to, like Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope, please put a thumbs up that you like the broadcast, or better yet, give me a heart, all right? And if you're on the HAPS app, you can actually do an award, okay? That helps with my food cost, all right? So anyway, we got our onions already cut up. Look how quick that was, all right? The next thing, this is still getting nice and hot. We're going to wait until that gets nice and hot in there. I'm going to put my onions to the side and give it another minute, okay, to actually warm up down there, because we want them to get a nice translucent color and that be nice and hot and not absorb all the oil. If I put it in here before the oils heat up, then the oil, it sort of absorbs into, it doesn't work as well, okay? So we're going to get some cloves of garlic, and I have my garlic peeler here. We're just going to put our garlic into our roller here and roll it on the countertop. All right, we have 4 messages here. Let me see what they are. Hey, Mike Custy, how you doing? Thank you so much for the award there. And Donna JL, how are you doing? Where y'all coming in from? I know Mike is out in upstate Washington State. Okay, but I think one fell out. Okay, let's see. So this comes out. You see, roll it out, and it comes right. The paper comes right off. All right. So I'm going to put 2 more in here. I could put some more in there, but they fell out. Just put it in, and they come right out. I should do 1 at a time, y'all. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. So let's put them in. Roll it. And it comes out. Okay, there we go. Now, there is another way of doing it here. This one's halfway out. Halfway. I don't mind onion. I don't mind garlic. I just don't like onions on my hands. All right. Got all that. So now that I have all my garlic peeled right here, I'm going to put them in the garlic peeler. Okay, now this is like a pencil sharpener, but it's made for garlic and for radishes. Anything you want, nice little carrots you can put in here. You're going to put the garlic right in there, and I'm going to put that top on. I still have 2 more, in which I'll show you another way that we can do the garlic, okay, using the garlic press, which is one of my favorite tools also. So now that my oil is nice and hot, it's been in here 3 minutes. Add in my onion. And just let them sit there, all right? We're going to get a little spoon. I'm going to use my, this one here is a silicone and wooden spoon. I'm just going to mix it around a little bit, okay? And it's going to take about 3 minutes to get those nice and translucent. And we're going to add in our garlic. And you can see how when I do this, the garlic's going to come up and be nice and peeled, all right? There we go. See how it's nice and peeling, all right? So we're going to put this right inside and peel up our garlic. Now you can slice it by hand using your knife, but this is a lot easier to do, okay? I'm putting it all in there. Wow, that's a lot of garlic going in there. Here, I have a little piece of, it's a lot of garlic going in this thing, all right? There. Whew. All right, all done. Got it all out. Oops. All right, all done. We're gonna put this in the sink and we'll take care of it later. And then I have two little pieces. I'm gonna show you the garlic press, which I have it over. I thought I had it here. Where did I? Oh, I see it. I see it. Stop looking, everybody. I got the garlic press right here. We're going to put the garlic press, 2 pieces of garlic right in here, and we're going to squeeze it out. And I'm going to put it right over here. So you're going to see how quickly it comes out, okay? You have a nice little brush that you can pick it out and just wipe it off and put that right inside. So I did put in about 5 pieces of garlic, and when it's done, you see I have a little piece. You can pick it out like that. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't, all right? And now we're going to add our seasonings in here. Let me give it a little shush again. Yep. All right. We're going to add our seasonings at this time. And the oil will pick up the flavor of all this, okay? So chili powder, we're going to be using 4 teaspoons of chili powder. All right. That's a lot of chili powder, y'all. Okay. So just put 4 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's put this back in. We're going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. Now, I don't mind ground cumin. I'm probably going to put 2 teaspoons of this in here. It's a wooden spoon, okay, to use on non-stick pans. Yes, a wooden spoon is perfect to use on non-stick pans, as long as it's not metal. Don't use metal unless you have stainless steel, pure stainless steel pans, okay? All right, so we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of cumin. I'm going to do 2 because I like it. There we go, 2 teaspoons of smell this. It smells so good, y'all. Okay. And then we're going to use oregano. We're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. All right. There we go. 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. 1.5. And again, this one here is the adjustable measuring spoons. You can do all the way up to 1/8 of a teaspoon, all the way up to 1 teaspoon. All right. And then it has its buddy, which I just did the oil on here, 1 tablespoon all the way up to 1 teaspoon, and everything in between. Okay. So we got all that in there. Let's mix it around again, and we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. Okay. Oh, nice. Just get it in. Again, I'm skimping a little bit on my oil because I'm on a diet, y'all. Okay. And hopefully you are, if you are looking to lose weight, please reach out to me. I would love to help you get some great tools in your kitchen so you can cook some great meals and lose some weight or just maintain your weight. Okay. So now we have our 2.5 cups of black beans we're going to add in here. Okay. And we'll cancel this off. All right. Put the rest of the beans in there. All right. And we're going to add in some salt. Yeah, I'm going to add some salt. Now, this is where if you have some salt, if you don't want to put any salt in here, don't put any salt. But we are going to add in a little bit of salt. All right. And I'm going to put in some, probably 2 peppercorns in here. I got to get the peppercorns out, y'all. Don't put too many peppercorns in, okay? I'd rather have 1 shy than 1 too many because then it gets too spicy, all right? And now we're going to add in 7 cups of water, all right? And I got my 7 cups of water ready to go. We're just going to add this right in. Okay, and that is pretty much it, y'all. Look at that. Oh, wait, we forgot the most important thing, bay leaves. Bay leaves give it an extra flavor. Like, you can't smell them or anything, but they work magic in soups and stews and stocks, okay? So get yourself some bay leaves. It's the best thing you could put in. When we get ready to do the immersion blender on here, I got some seasonings right here. We're going to take the bay leaves out first, all right? So the next thing we're going to do is mix this up just a little bit more. All right, and we are all done. This is ready to cook. All right, so we sauteed up our onions and our garlic, added our seasonings and our black beans and on here, and this is so good. This is going to be great, and it's great for my diet because the only points I have on this is that oil I put in there. All right, so we're going to put the top on. All right. And again, this is a pressure cooker by Pampered Chef. It's called a quick cooker, and it's on sale in the month of August. You only have a few more days to get this for 25% off. Otherwise, it's going to go up, and it's going up in price in September. So don't wait now. Just order this. It's 25% off. And don't even ask me what the price is. I think it's $117. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna right here is this little red thing going up and down. It's the pressure thing. When this is up, you cannot open up the top at all, and you need to make sure that this is lined. There's two little steam valves or clouds going, and they need to go in the same direction. And if it's askew like this, it will not come to pressure. So make sure it's nice and flat. Okay, and we're gonna put this right on. Whew, that was pretty easy, right? And we're gonna go all the way over to soup and stock, and I'm gonna do it for 1 hour. Okay, so I'm gonna do my time. I'm gonna increase my time to 1 hour. I think it's a lot of time, but that's what the recipe calls for. So I'm like, okay, I'll do with the recipe. Now I'm going to let this naturally release, and we're going to hit start. Now this is already hot, so it'll come to pressure quicker because the pot is hot. But it'll probably take about 10 minutes, let's maybe 10 minutes or less to come to pressure, and then this button will come up. Just make sure that this is definitely level so that it doesn't, the heat isn't escaping, because it'll never go into pressure if this heat is escaping. Okay, so that's pretty much it, y'all. So welcome to my kitchen, everybody. My name is Alexis. I'm an independent consultant for Pampered Chef, and today we're making black bean soup. All right. If you find value in my broadcast, please follow me over onto Facebook. It is AlexisC CanDo Kitchen, because if I can do it in the kitchen, so can you. Hey, geez, how you doing? Beep 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 pop. I know. So it makes a lot of little noises. It's like R2D2 little thing. Originally, when I got this quick cooker, I was very intimidated by it, and I know you might be intimidated by your quick cooker or your pressure cooker, but this is really easy. Now I can clean up and go about my business, and then it'll beep at me. What's a really good thing about the quick cooker is that it'll hold it at warm until I open it and turn it off. Okay, it'll keep it at the nice warm temperature. So if something happened, I got a call and I go out, it will keep it nice and warm until I get back for it. It won't continue to cook. It'll just keep it at a natural warm state. Okay, this is the pressure cooker. So anyway, reaching out. I'll be back in. It's only been 18 minutes, and I talked a lot on this one. All right, so make sure that you follow me over to Facebook. All right, and I'll be back in here. I'm going to be doing a box opening, and I have a box and a package opening, and I'm so excited. Hey, Alexa, set the timer for 0 minutes. Set the timer for 0 minutes. Why would I do that? That's not any time. You can set the timer. Oh, you mean Alexa timer? It'll beep at me. This will beep at me when it comes to pressure. So we have to take into effect the 10 minutes to come to pressure and 1 hour to cook. So about an hour and 70 minutes. And then I'll let it just naturally release and then release it. Hey there, JB, how are you doing? So we are making black bean soup. It is from scratch. We are using the whole black beans, all right, which is really cheap. Okay, this is a very inexpensive one. But if you're going out to a restaurant, you're going to pay $3.50 for a cup, 1 cup of black beans, when you can have the whole thing. Now, when it's done, we're going to bring an immersion blender in. We're going to take some of the beans out and make it a little bit thicker. All right. You don't have to do that, but that's just what the recipe is calling for. All right, so I'll be back in once this is done, and we'll make it, finish it up. All right. So let's see what else. So yeah, we make real simple ingredients. We use, instead of vegetable oil, I use avocado oil. We use 1 medium white onion chopped, 5 cloves of garlic, thinly sliced, and then we did 4 teaspoons of chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. I put 2 teaspoons of cumin in there, and then 2.5 cups of black beans, which we rinsed and we picked over them. And it's really 1 pound of black beans that went in there, 2 bay leaves, and 7 cups of water. How simple is that? So JB's trying to ask me a question. Go ahead, JB. I don't know what it is, but anyway, go ahead. This broadcast is being sent up to YouTube, so I can use it in future things. So no wonder how Alexis would handle 0 minute timer. I don't think Alexis will handle 0. That just doesn't compute, Mike. Oh, you guys are silly, silly, silly. Okay. Hey, Cracking the Sidewalk is here over on somewhere. Are you on Twitter or Periscope? You're on Twitter or Periscope. So anyway, black bean soup. All right. So when you get done with the black bean soup, you can actually add in a little bit of salsa in there. You can add cilantro if you have it. You can add a little bit of sour cream, or even Greek yogurt, just to make it a little bit more creamier inside of it. Okay. So just different ways of topping your black bean soup. So my mom has leftovers from last night from the steak that I made in the grill pan, and I needed something to eat. So I thought this would be a perfect thing to get back on track on my weight loss journey. Okay. Yum. Yes, yum. So anyway, I love this one too. So I was waiting for this one. It was, you know what? I was looking at so many beans, y'all. We have 15 bean soup. We have pea soup. And then I had the black beans. I thought since my mom already has dinner made, like leftovers, I'm making this because I can eat this all weekend long, okay? And we're using it in the quick cooker. So get those quick cookers out. One really good reason to use your quick cooker in the summer, doesn't heat up your house, okay? It doesn't heat it up at all. It'll stay nice and cool to your touch. It does have a safety feature that I can lift it up and move it from here. There's little handles on both sides of it. It's a great little gadget. I love the gray. It goes with any decor in your house, all right? So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna be back in and we'll do a box opening. I love split pea soup with ham, Jeeves. I have some ham bones or ham pieces in the refrigerator, in the freezer, and I was gonna bring those out. So that is gonna be another one. As long as it's German to broadcast. I don't know what that means. All right, so anyway, Mike's talking to the voice. All right. So anyway, thanks for coming in, and I'll be back. I'm going to do a coffee scope or maybe just a box opening so that we can see what I got in the box and my special offer to all of you out in social media land. Okay. So thanks for coming in. I'm going to leave you right there. We're going to have the quick cooker. Let me see if I can put you further in. There's the quick cooker right there, and behind it is the blender. They're all available sale. All the tools that you saw today are part of the Pampered Chef line, and I would love to get them into your house so you can cook just as good or even better than I do. Okay, German means relevant. Okay, thank you. Is it relevant? Is it relevant to the broadcast? There you go. All right, so thanks for coming in, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye.